Do not attempt to adjust your set. This is a Streaming Freedom video bulletin. Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. For today's Skyrim mod showcase on the PlayStation 4, I have for you a work-in-progress mod by the Mod Author Cyan49. It is an armor and recolor test of his. This is version 4 of the mod, and I am making this video in part to help Cyan49 as he is unable to see the color variations on his PC and is asking for help from the community, as well as for you, the community, to see what different armors he is working on. So the mod can be found by heading to the Work in Progress section. The name of it is ArmorRecolorTest4. It is by the Mod Author Cyan49, and this is version 1 of the mod. Cyan49 says in his description that he added the Elven Armor, 5 of them, added Stalheim Light Armor, 4, and Blades Armor, 2. He also states this armor has very different color tones depending on gender. So I tried to use different textures to reduce the color difference. I hope this works well in the end, but it's pretty unclear at this point. Well friend, let's see if we can clear that up for you. This does bring to mind a very good question though. Exactly how am I going to do this? I think I have my work cut out for me. So, normally, for those of you who have been watching these, know I usually showcase all of the armors on Lydia, but since he needs to see them on a male and female, I'm going to have to figure out some way by using SHAREfactory to edit this a lot more than it normally would be so that I can showcase the armors together. Luckily, there isn't very many of them and no weapons to have to deal with, so I will showcase the armor on Lydia first, and then after that I will showcase them again on Aragon. So this is going to be a heavily edited video. This is Blades Armor B1 on the female character, and hopefully Cyan, this will help you out. This is the best I could come up with.
Lead on.
So as such, this will be a much heavier edited video than usual as I piece it together here in SHAREfactory. So this appears to be a red variation. This is the first time that we have seen a blades color, recolor of the blades armor.
What do you want me to carry?
At least to my recollection. Okay, so that was on the female blades armor B1. Now I'm going to cut to when I was on the male character and had him equip it. So this is Blades Armor B1 on a male character. Unfortunately, I can't do... Oh yeah, I see exactly what Cyan49 was talking about. The color is completely different. What I assumed was red on the female character definitely looks pink on the male character. Unfortunately, I am unable to showcase the armor in the same way that I do on Lydia, because I can't maneuver the camera that way. Anybody else probably would have thought to went and got a male follower as well, since there are 2 armors, and had them stand side by side. But of course, then there's me. So that was Armor B1 on the male. Here is Blades Armor B2 on the female.
Let's get going,
a gold variant. Hopefully, I will actually think to do that the next time, as I did not think to do that when I originally recorded this footage. That is assuming that I could get the male and female character to stand close to each other and get them both in the shot so that I could showcase the armor like I do here with Lydia.
Still here.
Again, I hope that this helps you out,
carry?
Cyan. Originally, I had intended to showcase them all on female first. That was Blades Armor B2 on a female. Let's take a look at Blades Armor B2 on a male. I had intended to showcase them all on Lydia first because I knew if I kept changing to my clothing as I was using my menus, she would probably move, and I've had enough trouble with her today. Anybody that saw the previous video of the 3.5 version will know that. So in the end, I had to end up just kind of cutting the footage together. So I shot all the footage with her first and the footage with him second, and now I'm in SHAREfactory splicing them together. So that was Blade's Armor B2 on the male. Here is Elven Armor B1 on a female. Here we have what looks to be a... I'm not certain. I don't think that's a red necessarily. I think that's a very dark orange with lighter orange tones. It could possibly be a red, though. This one is a little bit hard to tell, and again will most likely vary on the male character. I'm glad there is so few armors to have to do with to do this with, because otherwise, honestly, this would drive me nuts having to cut all this together. This is Elven Armor B1 on a male character. Now, for this particular armor, I'm not really noticing too much a difference. I think that the darker part perhaps has, maybe I'd say, a little bit more like color to it or something. I don't know. I don't notice as much as it. Definitely not as much of a difference on these as the very first armors that we took a look at that were pretty much different color. Okay, so that was Elven Armor B1 on the male. Here is Elven Armor B2 on the female. This is a purple variant of the armor. And I do believe this is the first time seeing the Elven Armor color variants. I don't recall showcasing these previously.
I've got your back. What do you want me to carry?
Okay, so that was the Elven Armor B2 on a female character. Now let's take a look at it on the male character. Here is Elven Armor B2 on a male. And for this one, I'm not really seeing much of a difference. They do look to match. Again, of course, since I have to swing the camera around my character like this, it's going to alter it a little bit. It will look darker from the back than it will from the front. I tried to make certain that he was standing facing the sun as well when recording these, to where he'd be in the same position Lydia would, who is over there ignoring me, by the way, at this point. Okay, so that was Elven Armor B2 on a male. Here is Elven Armor B3 on a female. And this looks to be another maybe purple variant, perhaps blue. A little bit on the sleeves there, kind of looks blue, a little bit of the detailing there. And then we got red on the lower sleeve. So this could be a purple variant, could be blue, not exactly certain. But in any case, that was...
What do you want me to carry?
The Elven Armor B3 on a female character. We'll take a look now at it on a male character. Here is Elven Armor B3 on a male character. And with him, I would say that it looks more blue on the chest plate. But that is why I always try to shoot these work in progress videos for him and for Cyan49 in the same place and have the same time of day, same weather conditions and everything, so that the armor, you know, he can get a good sense of how it changes from video to video. Here is Elven Armor B4 on a female character. This looks to be, I would say, maybe a kind of a burnt orange. Some of these definitely throw me for a loop when trying to guess as to what they might be. Sometimes they're like really easy to tell, and then other times it could kind of go a couple of different ways there. Could also kind of be a little bit of a brown, but I don't think it's brown.
What do you want me to carry?
Okay, so that was Elven Armor B4 for a female character. Now we'll see what it looks like on the male character. Here is Elven Armor B4 on a male. But, again, Cyan49, I realize, of course, that this isn't showcasing it exactly the same way, but I thought it would still be easier to be able to kind of keep track of them instead of them being so far spaced apart. So I hope this helps. Here is Elven Armor B5 on a female character. This is what looks to be a gold variant of the Elven Armor. Again, we have some red on the lower sleeves there. The boots, of course, are from her dress and are not a part of the mod, as is the sword on her back, as mentioned before.
Still here.
Okay, so
What do you want
that
me to carry?
was Elven Armor B5 on a female. Now we'll take a look at Elven Armor B5 on a male. Now with some of these, I don't really see a difference. Maybe it wasn't all the armors that the colors were mismatched. I probably should have looked closer at the description. But I definitely wanted to showcase everything in case, that way... Oh, hey! Hey! Hey, buddy! There! Yeah, you! Do you, want to showcase some armors and... Hey! Hey, I'm talking to you! Jerk. I'm only the Dragonborn, you know. You could have been in the video. Okay, so that was Elven Armor B5 on a male. Here is Stalheim Light Armor B1 on a female character.
Lead on.
I do believe this is probably a gold variant.
I'm right behind
This
you.
is the first time that we've seen these armor armor recolors as well in these work in progress mods. Okay, so that was Stalheim Light Armor B1 on a female character. Now we will look at it on a male character. And I do see a difference here. It could be, though, I did have him facing the same way that the sun was hitting her. Also, one thing to take note of is the very unique looking effect on the back of the armor here. The light isn't drowning it out here, and you can see it has this really unique like reflection and look to it. Would probably look that way on the front, but the sunlight unfortunately is washing it out. That was Stalheim Light Armor B1. Here is Stalheim Light Armor B2, which seems to be a purple variant, and obviously, as you can see, on the female character. It's also a mouthful to try to say for somebody that's always mispronouncing this shit anyways, but trying to say it quickly as it switches between my cuts.
Still here.
I don't normally make the videos this way.
What do you want me to carry?
Okay, so that was Stalheim Light Armor B2 on a female character. Now let's take a look at the same armor on a male character. Now again, it could be, although they were facing the exact same way, I do want to stress that he's facing the way she was when he was looking at her, but as you see where the sunlight isn't hitting it, you have this very unique look to the armor, something that would not be possible to see if it were just on her and moving the camera up and down like usual. So I don't really know in this case if that's really affecting the way that looks or not. Here is Stalheim Light Armor B3 on a female character, and this looks to be a pink variation. Because the sunlight, for example, though, is hitting this armor the exact same way it will later hit Aragon, and yet it seems to really wash his armor out. That could also be, though, because the sun was in a different position as it was later in the day, recording that part of the footage.
I'm right behind you.
Again, I really didn't know
carry?
the best way to try to do this, and I'm hoping that it is helpful, as that obviously is the intent. Here is Stalheim Light Armor B3 for the female. Let's take a look at what it looks like on the male character. Now this one isn't washed out as much, and so you can see it. And again, seems to definitely be, I'd say, a pink variant of it. Does look a little bit different perhaps than it did on her, but nothing really looks as different as like that very first armor that we took a look at. Those two really looked different. Okay, so that was Stalheim Light Armor B3 on a male. Here is Stalheim Light Armor B4 on a female. This is the last armor.
I'll follow.
Perfect for if you need to fight Rita Repulsa. And this looks to be a green variant of the armor. And so this will be the final armor showcased on the male as well. There are no weapons or shields this time, at least not that I found, which is good because this took long enough to edit together. So that
I'm
was
right behind
Stalheim
you.
Light Armor, and this was for
What do
the
you want me to
female
carry?
character and is the B4 version. Let's take a look at the same armor on the male character. So here it is, Stalheim Light Armor B4 on the male character. Wonder if I could call Dragon Zord with this thing. Okay, and again, as you can see, the back of the armor, because of the light not hitting it there, does have a different look to it. Again, I don't know why it wasn't affecting her that way, except for perhaps the sun is just in a different position. So that was the final armor, which was on the male character. So now I shall give you back your armor, Lydia. And thank you for not running off and hiding on me as you previously did. And I want to say a
Let's
special
get going
thank you
then.
to you if you watched this video all the way to the end. Thank you for watching it all the way to the end. I will be leaving a link to Cyan49's YouTube channel in the description box down below. Once again, I hope that this was helpful, Cyan. I really don't normally edit videos like this, and I didn't really... Of course, I didn't think to have 2 followers with me when putting this together, but I hope this helps you out, friend, that you can see the differences. And again, I want to say thank you to everyone for watching the video. Take care.